The Six-Day War was a brief but intense conflict that took place between Israel and its neighboring Arab states in June 1967. The war resulted in a decisive Israeli victory, with Israel capturing significant territory from Egypt, Jordan, and Syria. The war had far-reaching consequences for the region and remains a defining moment in the history of the Arab-Israeli conflict. The origins of the Six-Day War can be traced back to the ongoing conflict between Israel and its Arab neighbors, particularly Egypt and Syria. Tensions had been building for years, with both sides engaging in a series of low-level skirmishes and cross-border raids. In May 1967, Egypt, under the leadership of President Gamal Abdel Nasser, began massing troops along the Israeli border and blockading the strategic Strait of Tiran, which controlled access to the Red Sea. Israel viewed these actions as a direct threat to its security and responded by mobilizing its own troops. On June 5, 1967, Israel launched a surprise attack on Egypt's Air Force, destroying much of its planes on the ground. This preemptive strike, known as Operation Focus, effectively neutralized Egypt's air capabilities and gave Israel air superiority over the region. With air superiority established, Israel launched a ground offensive in the Sinai Peninsula, quickly pushing back Egyptian forces and capturing the entire peninsula in just 3 days. In the north, Israeli forces also launched an offensive against Syria, capturing the strategically important Golan Heights in just 2 days. In the West Bank, Israeli forces pushed back Jordanian troops and captured the Old City of Jerusalem, including the Western Wall, which is considered one of the holiest sites in Judaism. Israel also captured the Gaza Strip from Egypt. The war ended on June 10, 1967, with a decisive Israeli victory. Israel had captured significant territory from its neighbors, including the Sinai Peninsula, the Golan Heights, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip. The war had lasted just 6 days, but its impact on the region would be felt for decades to come. The Six-Day War had far-reaching consequences for the region and the Arab-Israeli conflict. For Israel, the war was a defining moment, with the country demonstrating its military prowess and establishing itself as a regional superpower. The war also had significant geopolitical consequences, with Israel gaining control of strategic territory, including the Sinai Peninsula, which contained valuable natural resources and provided a buffer zone against potential attacks from Egypt. The war also had a profound impact on the Palestinian people, with Israel gaining control of the West Bank and Gaza Strip, which became the focus of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Israel's capture of Jerusalem, including the Old City, also had significant religious and cultural implications, as it placed many holy sites under Israeli control. The war also had a significant impact on the Arab world, with many Arab states feeling humiliated by their defeat at the hands of Israel. The war led to a shift in Arab politics, with many leaders adopting a more hardline stance toward Israel and the United States, which was seen as a supporter of Israel. The war also had broader international consequences, with the United Nations passing a resolution calling for Israel to withdraw from the territories it had captured. The resolution, however, was largely ignored by Israel, which viewed the captured territories as essential for its security. The Six-Day War was a brief but intense conflict that had far-reaching consequences for the region and the Arab-Israeli conflict. Israel's decisive victory established it as a regional superpower, while the capture of significant territory had significant geopolitical and religious implications. The war also had a profound impact on the Palestinian people and the broader Arab world, with many feeling humiliated by their defeat and adopting a more hardline stance toward Israel.